Every day, new ideas are developed to improve present technology or to solve issues that impact people all over the globe. Humans all across the globe confront a variety of issues in their lives, some of which are natural and others that are not. Being born with impairments is one example of natural challenges that folks all around the globe experience. According to the World Health Organization, there are about 400 million people worldwide who suffer from speech and hearing impairment. It becomes a hurdle since it necessitates the employment of a particular language, namely sign language. Faced with this dilemma, a young Kenyan inventor devised a solution to make it easier for these people to converse. This video will go further into this topic and provide you with all of the significant details regarding this game-changing invention made in Africa. Before we go on, here's just a small reminder. A sub to the channel would be highly appreciated. Don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you'll get new video post notifications. Like, comment, and share the video too. Without further ado, let's get started. Roy Alela is a Kenyan youngster who was born and brought up there. Roy became renowned 25 years after his birth as a result of his innovation, which would dramatically improve the lives of people with disabilities. He created this innovation out of a desire to make the life of a close family member with speech and hearing impairment easier. His idea would make it easier for people with speech and hearing impairments to communicate with others who aren't disabled but don't understand sign language. Before we get into the details of the innovation, how about some background information on our inventor's source of inspiration? Sadly, one of Alela's family members was one of the 400 million people worldwide who suffer from speech and hearing problems according to the World Health Organization. Alela, who is a maestro in the field of software engineering, could not stop himself when he saw this and felt compelled to develop something to help his niece have a normal life and be able to communicate easily with other people. Alela's niece, who was 6 years old then, back in 2019, was born deaf. This necessitated that everyone in the vicinity of Alela's niece learns Kenyan Sign Language so that they could communicate. This was a significant challenge since not everyone was able to learn the language. She struggled to communicate with her family since not all of them understood how to use sign language, which is a form of communication used by deaf individuals to create words and letters with their hands. When Alela was 25, back in 2019, being around his niece and seeing the struggles that everyone was going through, he invented a pair of smart gloves which changes sign language movements into speech that can be heard using the phone through an app that connects to the gloves. When word of his invention spread, nearly no one believed it, and many assumed it was a hoax. Many people cannot help but believe that this fictitious device would emerge from Africa, particularly Kenya, rather than from a Hollywood sci-fi film like the well-known Star Wars or Marvel flicks. People around all social media platforms believed that these were fake news, even though the news spread very fast and was everywhere. Alela was employed as a microprocessor engineer at Intel in Kenya at the time of his invention. He has a strong passion for the application of nascent technologies to solving everyday problems, according to his tutoring biography on the University of Oxford website. Roy Alela has done precisely that, per the things published about him on the Oxford University website, by developing technology that lets people who use sign language connect with others who don't, make life take another turn that is a way whole easier. These people born and living with this form of disabilities can utilize smart gloves to sign and have their sign language converted into audio speech using Sign.io smart gloves. This idea is incredible and crosses the gap between sign language and spoken language. If you have a family member or a friend who suffers from speech and hearing difficulties, you appreciate how life-saving this new technology may be. If you don't know, here's a basic example to think about. Let's assume you have a pal. One of your friend's family members suffers from speech and hearing impairments. You are unfamiliar with any sort of sign language other than the basic apparent signals that everyone can make. For example, hello, okay, no, and perhaps goodbye. We can all make those, right? You can't discuss with someone who has hearing and speech problems if you just know these few signals. This creates a communication barrier between you and the disabled member of your friend's family. It would need the assistance of another individual who would translate your speech into sign language. This smart glove eliminates the need for a second person who is familiar with sign language to translate words into sign language. This instance, I feel, now demonstrates the future possibilities of this new technology. As the company's founder and principal engineer, he feels that his technology has just one goal: to help people with communication impairments, deaf or mute, communicate with the wider population. When the gloves are worn, they detect the different signature letters and send the information to an Android application, where it is then spoken out. My niece wears the gloves, pairs them with her phone or mine, then starts signing. I'm able to understand what she's saying, Alela shared in The Guardian newspaper. The technological advancement that these gloves offer with simply being able to translate is quite fascinating, but Alela did not stop there. People speak at different speeds, and it's the same with people who sign. Some are fast and others are slow. So we integrated that into the mobile application so that it's comfortable for anyone to use, he continued. Users can customize the audio output of their signing by selecting the language, gender, and pitch. The accuracy of Alela's system has been measured at 93% on average. When utilizing sign language to communicate, the glove has sensors that monitor every finger movement. The device interfaces with the mobile phone app that will be used to produce sound utilizing the captured data. The Android phone app allows you to make all the changes and make customizations that favor your preferences. Every new invention is taken to the field and tested, and Alela's invention was no different. Alela put the gloves to the test in a deaf school in Migori County in Kenya's southwest region. The children who tested the smart gloves aided him in improving the invention after analyzing the data that he collected. Alela intends to make the gloves as customizable as possible and expects that they will be available in a variety of styles so that kids may have them with their favorite characters on them. He even already has Princess customized as well as Spider-Man themed smart gloves. He expects that the gloves will benefit the world's 34 million deaf children. If given the attention and resources it requires, this technology has the potential to transform the lives of hundreds of millions of people all over the world. What does the future hold for Sign.io? Alela's ambition is to have 2 pairs of gloves in every special needs school in Kenya and to be able to aid children all over the globe communicate more easily and helping them live a normal life. Alela shared, I was trying to envision how my niece's life would be if she had the same opportunities as everyone else in education, employment, and all aspects of life. Alela goes on and tells more about the smart gloves. He says, it fights the stigma associated with being deaf and having a speech impediment. If the gloves look cool, every kid would want to know why you're wearing them. This will make it easier for children having issues communicating with other children in a simple, easy way. This being a game-changing invention, someone, an organization, or even an individual must have recognized Alela for his new piece of tech. So far, Alela, a Royal Academy 2018 Engineering Leaders in Innovation Fellow, has won the Hardware Trailblazer Award for Sign.io from the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, the world's largest organization for mechanical engineers, at its 2017 ASME Innovation Showcase competition. Alela is also a finalist for the Africa Prize for Engineering in 2019. The young engineer's ambition is to put at least 2 pairs of gloves in every special needs school in Kenya and to ultimately aid the 34 million children globally who are deafened living with the condition and experiencing all sorts of difficulties when they try to communicate. I was trying to envision how my niece's life would be if she had the same opportunities as everyone else in education, employment, and all aspects of life, says Alela. The general public in Kenya does not understand sign language, so when she goes out, she always needs a translator. Imagine that dependency over the long term, how much that plagues or impairs a progress in life. When it affects you personally, you see how hard people have it in life. That's why I've strived to develop this project to completion. That's a true piece of game-changing gadget that will see brighter lives for persons living with speech and hearing disabilities. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, leave a thumbs up. If you enjoyed the video and would like to get more content of this nature, subscribe and turn on the post notifications. Explore the channel for more videos on facts about Africa that you probably never knew. Until the next one, be safe.